I lost internet and everything went crazy. I don't know exactly what happened. I ended up having to manually turn off the stream, which really doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me on why that happened. Alright, yeah, so it's working. It's working, sweet. Sorry about that. I had to making sure everything was working properly before I jumped into stuff. I don't know what's going on now, but my YouTube's not working on my PC now. Fantastic. So if you're sending me anything in comments, live chat, I can't see it right now. So you have to give me one moment. Alright, sweet. Alright, we're back up. We're working. Everything seems to be working fine. Alright, back to the game. As I was saying, I don't know what happened. Sometimes my internet just likes to cut out randomly for no reason. I don't know. It's something I've been dealing with for about a week now. And it happens once or twice a day, so it's really not terrible. It'll go out for 30 seconds and then come back on. I've tried calling the my internet provider, and they're going to come out and look at it, but you know how that usually goes. They're going to come out and be like, it seems everything's working fine, and then they're going to drive off, and that's going to continue to happen. But, really nothing I can do about that, because there's only one internet provider out where I live. It's not like I have a plethora of people who run internet as far out as I live. You know, I don't live in the city. I live out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. So, oh well. It's just something I'm stuck with. And honestly, it's the best internet that I, even like, because there's other internet providers, but they don't come out as far as I am. But the people that do come out as far as I am are better than the people that don't come out this far. So it's really a pretty good thing. Like, when I was living with my parents a few years ago, after I had gotten out of the army, and I was working on my house because a tornado came through and fucking destroyed it. I was getting maybe 400 kilobytes a second, which is absolutely dreadful. It would take you like an hour to download Minecraft, which, I mean, Minecraft can be a pretty big game, but like it's time to fight. Terraria took me I think it was like an hour and a half to download Terraria. Terraria is what, 100 megabytes? Hey, a Cutsman. I don't like the Cutsman. I know everybody else loves the Cutsman. Cutsman's a amazing gun. It's great. I mean, it can be good. I don't know if I'm just using it wrong. Because I don't know if I'm supposed to hit them with the beam that connects them, or if I'm supposed to hit them with the pellet that the beams connect to. Not a clue.
I'll be honest, Atlas forces are gutted.
What was I saying?
Resources I've got left to keep the civ safe and
yeah, I mean,
I'm
sure the Cutsman is pretty good. I'm just more of a fan of like different guns. Like, I like the Nighthawk in I'd rather use the Nighthawk over the Cutsman,
These bandits get hopper wheels. That's Malawan tech.
which I might go back and fire one at level 19, I think it is.
Nice. I see an echo in the wreckage.
That you can get Cryo finally. I think Cryo still works on the Cutsman
One more time, and I'm
during the day,
kill the
and then obviously at nighttime it's fire. How the Cutsman works.
No. Okay. This energy,
Um,
I love it, but we made a deal with Malawan, and now we're not going to kill them. So,
I think they patched that,
Malawan guy.
which kind of sucks. You could used to like clip into that, and then it would send you flying up in the air. It was pretty hilarious if you ask me.
Okay, gotta start this one over.
Let's go up there. I don't really use bandit technicals. They're not my cup of tea, but you know, I'm passing by it. I might as well grab it while I'm here.
Bloody fantastic.
Hey, VH. I'm always looking for unique car parts. Bring me the sickest war machines you find out in the wild. And
I think it's the mine tosser. That's the unique thing on this one.
check out the sweet mine chucker on that bandit technical. I want it, VH.
It's not really that viable of a gun or a weapon. It's not something I would use. I mean, it can put out pretty decent damage, but I actually don't know if it damages your own vehicle. It might. I'm pretty sure it does. I'd rather use the big tire thing that Lorelei is using right now than a bandit technical or something. Alright. And then fast travel back to my car. Can I not fast travel back to my car because I got in that one? No, it doesn't seem like it.
Yours if you want to slap it on a technical next time you catch a ride.
And OE. Oh, I just realized I had a skill point. Oh wait, I already got that one maxed out. Time to move down the tree. Let's see. Yeah, head count. I like head count. Basically have unlimited action skills, so I can constantly keep up my shield on action skill, cooldown 50% damage to cryo, 50% damage increase of cryo. Something like that. Shouting on them lines. A wing away.
This is our stop. On foot from here.
A wing away. You put the boom boom into my heart. When did I get the other
My people are inside. Let me do the talking.
backpack, other weapon slot? I didn't realize I got that.
Well, here's something you don't see every day.
Oi, Skyman! Open up! Passwords? Open the bloody door before I shove a coffee grinder up your ass.
Yeah, it's her.
Guys, welcome back, sir.
Report.
Oh man, I just realized I got about fucking 30 minutes left. It's not even gonna be an hour-long total stream because everything got all fucked up with my first part stream.
Bollocks. Stay sharp.
Oh well.
Come on, Vault Hunter, this way. There's an Atlas base nearby with a
Taking the wife to a sushi place tonight. She hates sushi. I like sushi.
Now that you're here, maybe we
Um,
can finally send those bastards packing.
but they have other stuff besides sushi. Like there's a
See these
hibachi
civilians? Malawan
dinner
doesn't care if they're caught in the
that I think she
crossfire.
would really
They
enjoy.
didn't take over
That's what I'm
Atlas
gonna
and
tell her to
sell
get.
new weapons as their
She
own.
saw I pulled up
This
some.
war's just a
um,
merger.
I went on the website, their
Let me know
website,
when you're ready
and
to take back that Atlas base.
showed her kind of what the food would look like, the food that she would get. And she was saying that it looked really good. She could have just been saying that to please me because she knows I really want to go because thanks to everything that's going on, I haven't been able to get my sushi in a while. So I think she's just wanting to go to make me happy, which I appreciate. I appreciate the fact that she's willing to go to a place that knows she's not going to enjoy to please me, but then I don't know.
You ready to move out? The base isn't far, but...
Sorry about that. I was scratching my beard and ended up clipping my mic. That's what that thump was, if you heard that. I might farm Wick and Wardy for a Plebius.
Come on!
That should have been. I don't know why that wasn't a one shot. Actually, I'm kind of surprised.
Come on! We're heading to Watershed Bay.
It kind of sucks that they ended the Joey Ultraviolet event. I wish that was like a permanent thing. That would have been nice because the OPQ system was such a good gun. I have it for Xbox on OP10, but obviously I don't have it on here because I just got it for here. And the reason I got it and bought the DLCs because I have all 3 DLCs right now. I bought the season pass because it was cheaper.
We're close. Get ready. These guys aren't...
I wanted to stream. I really like Borderlands, and you know, I don't really have anything else to do because I, you know, just work in the shop. I get what I need to get done in the shop, and then I am free the whole rest of the day. So why not stream a little bit? Oh, I'm out of ammo. I really don't like the cuts, man. I don't know how to use it. It could be, I mean, it's probably a really good gun. I see a lot of people use it. I know a lot of people that farm for it. But, again, it's probably my own fault on why I think it's bad. If anybody knows how to use that thing, like, do I hit him with the beam, or do I try to hit him with the beam and all 3 things, and the 2 side pellets? Like, what is the, best way to use that? Like, oh. I mean, it seems to be doing, like, at low levels here, it's pretty good, but I know at OP10 I have to have, like, the right build and stuff, but I use a flat Gamma Burst build, and I have a Radiation Cutsman with the Gamma Burst anointment on it, and again, it just seems like it doesn't do that much damage. Like, I see other people, like, one-shot, but then again, I mean, it's a Gamma Burst crit build, so it might just because I'm not hitting critical hits with it. But even at that, you know, 120% increased damage on a Mayhem 10 Cutsman, I feel like should be doing a lot more damage than, you know, what it is at Mayhem 10.
Get wasted, you wankers! That was brilliant, Vault Hunter.
You see, I was sitting here and I'm talking about how much I hate the Cutsman, and then I just, like, 2-clipped both of those, heavies.
Establishing connection. Come on. All right.
I think it might just be I'm not using it right.
When you're ready, Vault Hunter.
That may be why. Ambush, leave no trace. Nope. I'm obviously going to be going for, since I'm doing a Gamma Burst build, I'm going to go for a Red Fang class mod. For, you know, because the pet's invincible as long as Gamma Burst is active. I don't know where it says that at, but Postal Rift adds additional radiation using damage. But will double the action time. I don't exactly know where it says it at, but your pet like can't get down while in Gamma Burst. So if I can get something like where it increases the because I need to get down to here, because this is the skill that I most likely will be using the most. I'm trying to find the one that, excuse me, increases the length of my action skills. Oh, I can't find it. Dang nabbit. Action skill damage is not what I'm looking for. Action skill duration, there it is. So, if I can increase how long my action skill is up, my pet will be alive longer. And then, what's the one that, well, yeah, that one. Whenever I regen health. What? That's just sort of person. Yeah. It's like backwards. I heal whenever I do damage, and he heals whenever I heal him whenever I do damage, and he heals me whenever he does damage.
Who the hell is this and how did you get on my secure line?
Reese, relax. It's Lorelei. We've taken back Watershed Base with a little help.
Oh, man.
Hang about. What is that thing on your face?
ASP. I don't think I'm going to really use anyways. Hey, it's a muckamuck. I want to find something to change out for the hunted. Because the hunted's really starting to drop off. Even with the boost from the amp shield, it's really not doing any work. So I might just buy this muckamuck and save it for next level.
What? Oh, come on!
Does it have any, yeah, it's just the same. 125% increased damage against robots. Too bad I'm not fighting robots. I think I will fight some robots coming up. Not like loaders or anything, but when I go through Kilowatt. Could not remember that guy's name. When I go and fight Kilowatt, there's going to be a lot of like the amber lamps and security bot and trash bot and all that happy horse. Is there a way to get up there? I don't think so.
Right. While you go meet Reese's agent, I'm going to get this base back online and start securing more of the city. Oh, before you head off, I've got something for you.
My, I planted some canna lilies. They're red velvet canna lilies, so
Since you're heading
the
downtown, I'm booking
the
you
leaf of the canna lily is like this
fast
dark
and
red, like
perfect for
almost
getting about
black, but
city
you can
streets.
still tell it
Take it
has
for a
some
spin.
red pigmentation in it. And
Got a mission here I could use you on. What do you say we start civilizing this war-torn city again? Let's start with the most precious commodity
what
of
was I
all,
saying?
coffee.
It's starting to bloom, and I didn't realize how bright of a red the actual flowers are going to be. It's a really nice offset between the dark red and this bright red. It's
Agent is a bit of a loner, but he's got quite the knack for putting
not
people's insides
quite
on
a pink
outsides.
color,
I'm sure you two will hit it off
but it's
just fine.
very similar to a pink. It's like right on the edge between pink and white. If you guys want to see what it looks like, you guys can Google the red canna lilies or red velvet canna lilies. I think they're a pretty beautiful flower. I got it for the wife. I was actually buying some electrical wires to fix some of my power outlets
Those Calypso twins
that
need attention, right? So I say we take
the
your
plugs
waypoint
got burnt out on them.
broadcast towers again.
The people who owned the house before me did a really bad job with the wiring, and they used a lot of pass-throughs, pass-through electrical connectors, which because I don't know why they did that, but that's what they did, and they ended up putting too much of a load on the
What do you think of our
circuitry
corporate sponsors?
and burnt up a bunch of the wiring,
an unlimited supply of screaming war meat, aka our followers.
or
And they
the
give us a bunch of
burnt up a
crazy
lot of the
high-tech
plugs.
guns.
And once they take the planet, they get Atlas, and we got the vault, so you're left playing.
So I ended up having to fix them the other day, and
down there. You just keep doing you.
every time we go to Lowe's, me and her walk through the garden area. Because our house, it's a nice house. We put a lot of work into fixing it, because when we got it, it was kind of a little run down. Like some piping broke in the walls where the bathroom is. So we had to rip out the walls and redo the flooring and all that to fix it. It came out looking really nice. We ended up repainting everything and putting new flooring down, and it's a pretty nice home, but exteriorly we still are
Yes,
in the process of painting it, and we built some porches to give us a little bit more room, because it's not a foundational home. It's one of those like metal. It's not a mobile home. It's like a metal utility home. I don't know really how to explain it, or if it's even the right words to explain it.
Oh, hey, what can I do to, like, help you, or whatever?
But the outside of it, it clearly has been out in the elements a lot, so all the paint's faded off, and it doesn't look the best, but we're trying to do a bunch of exterior work on it to make it look nice. So what we did was we bought a bunch of plants to kind of give the outside of the home some color.
Of course.
Um,
But it's okay. It's okay. Right. There's a Malawan
so we usually just go with plants. Like I got some azaleas.
Bloke's got a power core built right into his suit. That'll get us
We
up
got a
and
bunch of the
yes. Ubiquitous.
we have some that are evergreen, so they stay green the entire time, and they'll bloom 3 times a year. But the first 2 we got, we
You know, it's
didn't know
funny.
there was a
They used to
difference.
say things like, "Oh, kill anyone
So
who
the
talks
first
to
2 we
me."
bought only bloom once a year. They bloom in early spring. They're really beautiful flowers, like
You are prey.
real beautiful foliage of the bush itself, and then the flowers that grow on them are really nice as well, like the azalea. I think the one we got called azalea double cannon, or cannons double, something like that. But they're like this really like a white on the inside, and then they, as they bloom out, they get darker. So one of them's like white, and then when it blooms out, it goes red. So it's like a pink, and then it has a red interior. And then some of the other flowers are white and then go to like a yellowish interior. I'm gonna die here, aren't I? Nope. That's a really beautiful flower. And then the other one we got was a fireball, which is, it's just a light red that goes to a dark red. It's kind of similar to autumn fires and bonfires. But the difference between that and the fireball is the autumn fire and fireballs are, oh sorry, autumn fire and bonfire, is those are evergreen plants. So when the fireball ends up dying, not dying, or wilting, to where it no longer is green, the other ones will remain green, except for the autumn fire. The autumn fire, the leaves on it actually turn into like a purplish, bronzish color. So we got some of those to offset the green in the wintertime, because we don't want the yard just be full of a bunch of dead plants, like during the winter. We ended up putting a bunch of, that's why we got the evergreens, so that way all year round they are bloomed. Not bloomed, have some foliage on it, because we don't want a bunch of stick plants. Hey Phil, how's it going, man? This is a really weird thing for you to walk in on, and I've been sitting here talking about my plants that I'm growing.
Can we get that coffee now, barista bot?
Oh man, no.
Like
We're like an eco-friendly shop, you know?
my red velvet candelias are starting to bloom, and I'm super excited for them.
Well, bollocks. Wait, I know. There's a Malawan commander who's always got a travel mug on him. See if you can track him down. Honestly, that caffeinated sewer juice Malawan calls coffee
It's like
is
a
practically a war crime on its own. I just want that commander's mug.
wow, what? Did you just look it up what they look like?
Take out some of the
I would
rank
recommend
and
doing
file
that. I think they're a
before
really
the
beautiful
commander.
flower.
That mug is mine.
Looks like the coffee break's over, boys. Let's get 'em.
You there. How are your back?
Thanks, Phil. I appreciate that, man. I try to be, but I'm trying to get as far as I can in this stream because the wife's about to come home. So I wanted to do this side mission because I wanted to show you this rocket launcher that you get for completing it. I don't remember how long this side mission actually is. I don't think it's actually too long. It's like just run over here, kill these guys, run over here, kill these guys, so. Come here, bitch. Oh shit. No, go away. Alright, now don't run away from me, stand right here. Hey, Phil, do you like sushi? There's me and the wife are gonna go to a sushi place later today for dinner. She doesn't. You don't like sushi. I think I was talking about this last stream.
Now pick up the mug. Wait,
My in-laws were giving me a bunch of shit for doing a bunch of like
so totally
going
right.
to
I'm the coffee commander now.
a gender reveal party. Two of my friends from work are having a kid together, and they invited me to go to their gender reveal party. And my in-laws were giving me a bunch of shit for that. They're like, true men don't go to gender reveal parties. I've only been to 2 baby showers, and that was for my kids that I raised. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Goddamn coffee.
Like, you're such a fucking ignorant. Like, you're so fucking ignorant, man. But I can't be mean to him because that's, my wife's dad. If I piss off my wife, if I piss off my wife's dad, then I piss off my wife, and then I have to deal with it. You know what I mean? But, do you want me to continue on with my, my simp story that I was talking about before my internet went out?
Busted aneurysm or whatever. Just show me that to-go cup and I'll fill it up for you. Cool, buckwheat solar structure. Now hold on.
It might be because my mic was a little far away from my face because I was scratching my beard. You should be able to hear me better now, I would hope so.
Just let the bot do his work. It'll be so worth it.
But, what was I,
You're welcome. Have a lovely day. Or don't. Your call.
Yes! Yes! Finally! Bring the
my simp story. Okay, so, high school, freshman year, 14, 15 years old. That's where I left off. Girl moved over from Russia, and I was like madly in love with her, man. Like, she gave me a printed out. I mean, she had a crush on me too. Okay, it was kind of obvious that she would like pull me away from everybody else so me and her could like sit together and talk without everybody else around. It was kind of obvious that she had a crush on me too. But
are my favorite person. This was
I really wanted to impress her.
Hey, Atlas boys!
Um,
Rise and Grind's back in business, and the coffee's on me.
I went out of my way to learn Russian for her. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, my parents are having a divorce, so I'm moving." And then just left, and I have not talked to her since that day. Like, it has been almost 10 years since me and her have last talked. So yeah. I don't know if that's technically a simp story, to go out of your way to learn another language for somebody else. I'm pretty sure it is, but yeah, I started learning Russian for her, and she left. So. Yeah, it's all good, man. You know, I think my life ended up pretty good. Besides my biggest mistake of joining the military, that kind of fucked me up forever. So I have like permanent nerve damage in my shoulder because I wanted to join the military, so. I think that's the only thing in my life so far that I really truly regret doing.
Well done, Vault Hunter. Now come on over for a...
Is just joining the military. So I was doing an FTX, which is a field exercise or field training FTX, yeah, field training exercise, and we were doing a ruck march up a mountain cliff, not like straight up, but you know, like along the edge of a cliff in Arizona. And the guy in front of me ended up like tripping and falling, and he ended up taking out, like, he was standing behind me, he ended up like tripping over something, I don't know what, falling and pushing me, and I ended up going down the side of the cliff face, like, I don't know, 75 meters down this cliff face. Like, it wasn't a straight drop, it was a slope, so I ended up rolling down the cliff face. And I tore 3 muscles, overextended some ligaments in my shoulder, and ended up having to have surgery to get them like fixed to like kind of tie the ligaments back together. So I have like limited movement in my shoulder now, and yeah, it's pretty wonderful. It's really not wonderful, actually. That's a lie. It's getting progressively harder for me to do the stuff I enjoy, like working outside in the garden or going hunting. Like shooting a gun now, it just fucking hurts like crazy because of that. Working on cars is actually getting pretty complicated too. If I'm working like under the car and like trying to loosen a bolt, because I have to push up with my shoulder. And of course it was my dominant shoulder, my dominant arm, so it's all good though, man. Like, I know the guy behind me, I know it was an accident. I knew the guy behind me didn't like purposely trip and fall and push me off a cliff, you know. So I'm not terribly upset about it. It's just something I kind of have to deal with for ever. I can't actually ruin his life. Actually, no, I get medical, how do I word this? Medical checks from the Army every 2 weeks. Disability checks. There we go. That was the word I was looking for. Disability checks. For the rest of my life. Until I die. Free money for the rest of my fucking life until I die every 2 weeks from the military. Because, yeah, it's super cool. It's like $200. So, not a lot of money, but it's fucking free money. Because it's like a certain percentage of my last rank, and my last rank was specialist, so E4. Yeah, $400 a month for the rest of my life. For free. Even during this whole COVID bullshit, still getting my money. Oh, I didn't even notice that. On the back of the Malawan gun, it says how many bullets I have left. That's cool. I didn't notice that before. Well, it's, I guess it's not technically free. You know, I gave up movement in my arms, but
Show up. You entering to win the grand prize, eh?
You know it. I brought a champion
all
to
right.
fight in my
I'm not
name.
gonna listen to him talk.
Besides, I
Whoa!
want
Look at all these people up here. Phil, do you watch Rick and Morty?
Well, you do what you
Are you
do.
a
I'll take
avid
it.
Rick and Morty fan
See you at the bar later.
or avid Rick and Morty watcher?
You there. How were your last breath? Get away. Oh, my face.
You do? You are a avid Rick and Morty watcher? Hmm. Let me just kill Wick and Warty here real quick. Don't mind me. uh. What's wrong, Phil? Yes, seriously. It is a rare enemy spawn. Hey, I got a legendary. Is that the Watson? Oh, black hole.
Someone out there? Get me out! The jailer's holding me hostage!
They have a few, what is it called? I can't remember. Stranger Things has a bunch of Stranger Things references in the game too. I don't really watch Stranger Things. I don't really watch a lot of TV actually. I spend most of my day outside. Like right after I'm gonna end stream here, I gotta go plant some flowers. Did you look up those that red velvet canna lily? Did you look that up to see what it looked like? If not, take a pretty good gander at that real quick. If you're available to look it up, I'm not telling you to. It's just a suggestion.
The breakup hit him hard. He started chugging battery acid to bulk up. I've got to find a way to dampen
You did?
the charge, which gives me an
I
idea.
just I planted some of those earlier in the year, and they're finally come up to bloom. Like the bulbs are starting to form flowers, and they can. I don't remember how tall they are. It's in a manly way. I got them for my wife. The only thing I have that I got for myself are a bunch of azaleas. Just because I wanted some hedges. Oh, I'm level 12 finally. Thank God. I can get rid of this stupid sniper. Did I sell the muck? Oh, okay. I didn't sell muckluck. I do like the way they look. Don't get me wrong. I do like the way the red cannas look. But what was I saying? I'm really bad at like remembering what I'm talking about. Really had to make sure I was gonna hit that shot. Make every shot count. Something about azaleas. Oh yeah, I like azaleas just because they're just fucking giant hedge bushes with flowers on them. Add some color to the yard so it doesn't look all like dead in the wintertime. You saw the picture that I posted of my property, right? On Discord.
The hunt continues.
Because obviously in the summer and spring and stuff, when all the flowers are, not flowers, when all the trees are green, it looks really nice. But in the wintertime, it's just like a brownish gray, just all you can see, and there's like no color in it or anything. There's a few like cedar trees that stay green all year long, but most of the trees around me are like oaks and stuff, so they die out during the winter time. I wanted to keep like my property somewhat green all year round.
What a pig.
Oh, that's the wife. She just called me. Alright. I'm gonna kill those guys, and then I gotta go spend time with the wifey. She's probably on her way home from work right now. I have like tomato plants and stuff. Like I have tomato plants, jalapeno plants, squash, bell pepper, green peppers. I didn't plant any fruit this year because I ended up planting stuff a little later than I wanted to because of like rain and stuff. I didn't want to plant the seeds in the rain because then the water will carry the seeds away or rot them out and stuff. You kind of got to give it time to mature before you like really induce them to the elements. And my greenhouse was destroyed last year in a windstorm, so I don't have a place currently for it. But hopefully next year I plan on getting my greenhouse fixed later on this year, because I don't want to work out in the summer because it's going to be 100 degrees out every day and I don't want to deal with that bullshit. I'm in a state where I have been hit by tornadoes. That answers your question. Yes, a tornado state, state, as some would say. What is this? I've never seen something like that before, but that looks broke as hell.
Don't feel too bad about taking out those other contestants. Anyone who'd compete to sleep with that man, well, they're a menace to society.
Yeah, I think the tornado came through 2015. It was the year that I left to join the military, so it would have been, yeah, 2015. Yeah, and it like took half of my house. The other half was fine. A few like water damages and some holes in the roof, but half of the walls stayed connected, so it wasn't terrible. Yeah, I mean, I think you can actually look up that tornado and find it on YouTube. Let me, I'm gonna, my house is not an American Classic. My house is made out of metal. It's not a mobile home, okay? I know that's what you're gonna ask, because I live in the country. Do I live in a mobile home? No, I don't live in a mobile home, okay? I live in just a metal utility house, alright? I wish I lived in a American Classic. But, oh well. But, I think I can actually find the video of the tornado on YouTube. If I can find it, I'll send it to you through Discord. But I'm gonna have to end stream because my wife's gonna get mad at me that I didn't answer her phone call. So I'm gonna head out. Take care, be safe, and as always, don't do anything I wouldn't do.